Welcome back, proppers. Today we'll be making a Tiki Plaque out of green foam board. I'll be using a design I found online and fell in love with. After printing it out on a 8.5 by 11 sheet, I enlarged it to twice the size. After the two halves were taped together, the green foam board was cut to size. The print was then attached to the foam board with spray adhesive. Sharp, concise lines a half-inch deep were cut out along all of the outline. My plan is to gouge out all of the white sections of the print to create depth. Although the green foam is very sturdy, some of the lines are so thin you have to be very careful when making the cuts. This is a long, arduous process, but you have to really take your time to get it to come out just right. The very thin lines around the teeth were especially difficult to maintain. The straight half-inch deep lines were cut first before the gouging started. There were some symbolic symbols on the bottom of the print, but I decided to change it to personalize the project. After all the outlines were cut, I started to carefully remove all the material between the black lines. Being careful to maintain a depth of 3/8 to a half-inch. Once again, for the best results, it's better to take your time and get it done right. If you get tired, take a break and then start again later. That's exactly what I did when I was approximately half finished. I also notched out the material outside the print to 1/4 inch of the edge. After all the notching was completed, I reinforced all the edges that I had gone too far on. For this, I used small popsicle sticks and foam clay. I covered the plaque with one layer of black Plasti Dip, and then one layer of white Plasti Dip, and a final layer of brick red spray paint. After starting to apply paint to the raised layers, I realized that the inner layers would have to be done first. To fill the inner layers, as well as to stiffen the plaque, I decided to use a 2-part epoxy. The 2-part hard-setting epoxy that I had was clear, but I wanted a little background color, so I added a little bit of my 2-part silicone molding mix. After carefully measuring and mixing the silicone and epoxy, it was poured inside the crevices. To completely fill all the crevices, 3 batches had to be made. It was impossible to fill all the thin crevices without getting a little bit of the epoxy on the raised surfaces, so any spillage was quickly wiped off. After all the crevices were filled, the plaque had to be set aside for 24 hours to allow the epoxy to set. After the epoxy had set, the final painting was done. I decided on a Liquitex Gold for the hair and beard. All of the paint had to be applied in several layers. I had to use a base coat of white as a primer for some of the surfaces. The forehead design was finished off with yellow and orange. Some white was also plastered into the teeth cavities. Small details were painted into the foam frame to give it that stone look. And this marks the end of this project. Once again, thanks for watching. I appreciate your support. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, press that like button, and press the bell notification so you'll be notified when each new video is uploaded.